Okay, welcome to another episode involving calculations with annuities. Calculations involving annuities. All right, Micah, whatever you like to say it, has already saved $19,350 in her RRSP today. So if you wish, we could put that in as the present value. Plans to continue to add on equal deposits at the end of every 3 months. End of every 3 months, PY would be 4 for the next 7 years. What quarterly payment is required? So quarterly payment, so we are computing the payment, right? At the end of 3 months for 7 years. What quarterly payment is required to accumulate $63,000? So that is the future value, correct? All right, so there we are. If the nominal rate of return on investment is 4.31 compounded annually, so 4.31, we insert that for the IY compounded annually, so CY is 1, right? And with that, we can start our calculation. So let us begin. So we go second IY, PY is 4, so let's enter 4, enter. And the CY is 1, so we enter that also. And then we can check. PY is 4, CY is 1, and we can just clear everything, and then we can go to do the value for N. So it's now for 7 years. So 7 second N. N turns out to be 28. Sorry, 28. All right, there we are. The interest rate is 4.31, so we go 4.31 as the interest rate. The present value is $19,350, $350 per present value. Okay. All right. Now, before we go further, we should read some instructions here. It says the future value is positive. So if the future value is positive, then enter present value and payment as positive or negative based on the future value being positive. Now, the future value is positive here, and this present value has to be, yes, it has to be negative. So let's change that to negative and then enter it in for the present value. Future value is $63,000, so 63000 future value, and then we compute the payment. The payment is turned out to be negative 1.141.89. Right now it's negative, so we have to put it in as negative, or else it will be marked incorrect. 141.89. So we submit, and there we are. So it is as we see. Now, as I told you, this has to be the correct sign. So please be careful. That has to be negative because this was positive, so this had to be negative, and the computation was done, and the payment turned out negative, so it must be entered as it is, simply because up here there are instructions that said present value and payment should be positive or negative based on the future value being positive. But it's the fact that the future value is positive, right? Makes present value negative, and when the calculation is done, the payment turns out to be negative. And we are correct. There, that brings us to the end of another question in the series on annuities. So there we are.